Welcome back. Well, in the wake of the tragic shooting at a high school in Parkland, Florida, instead of blaming law enforcement failures, many have blamed the NRA. But do they deserve that blame?
Our next guest says no. In fact, he wrote a new op-ed and he says, quote, "The NRA doesn't kill people, it saves lives. Just ask my family." Harry Kazianis is the Director of Defense Studies at the Center for National Interest. He joins us now with his story. So why don't we get right into that story? What happened to your family?
Well, Rachel, I remember it all like it was yesterday almost. Back in 1992, my father, who operated a small family business in Providence, Rhode Island, was robbed. Me and my mother were on the phone with them, just having a general conversation. He worked third shift, and a gentleman walked behind the counter, and he joked to us, Rachel, he said, "Oh, I think I'm about to be robbed. Let me call you right back." He approached the gentleman. This person pulled out a long knife, and another person pulled a gun on him. They robbed him. They took all the money out of the cash register, and this person with the knife backed my father up all the way into the grill, and my father thought he was going to die. Long story short, the gentleman ran off, and after that, my father essentially started soul searching. You know, what do I do? How do I protect myself? How do I protect my family and property if this were to happen again? And this was pre-90s. This was pre-internet, Rachel. So he went to libraries. He talked with a lot of people, talked with members of law enforcement, and what he ended up deciding to do was to arm himself with a firearm. And it was members of the NRA, people who were instructors, who were trained by the NRA, different members who helped our family make that decision. Now, I want to be very clear. Nobody tried to indoctrinate us or push us in that decision, but it was these folks who tried to restore some sense of security in our lives, and that was very powerful. We are not a bad people.
Harry, what do you make? I mean, you're personalizing an issue that a lot of people want to keep in the abstract, whether it's about the Constitution or the lobbying power of the NRA. Yet, in this debate, we've seen students from Parkland put on TV to talk about their emotional reaction. Why don't we hear as many personal stories like yours saying this is why my gun keeps me and my family safe?
Pete, I think it's a one-word answer. A lot of people are simply afraid. I'll be honest with you. You guys, Fox News has me coming along to talk about North Korea and China. This is an issue I never thought I'd be on TV talking about. But when I see different commentators, and let's face it, they're paid to be controversial and to say controversial things. When people are calling NRA members, people like myself are equal to the KKK, or you have signs on billboards that were terrorists or that were murderers. We're not. What we're all about is to protect ourselves and to make sure that our families are protected. Honestly, I never had any experiences with guns or the NRA until my family had this happen to us.
Well, last week we had a mother-daughter in a liquor store who protected themselves with a gun. Thanks for sharing your story.
Harry,
there are others out there.
Appreciate
Thank you, Harry, for joining us.
We're coming back with some teamwork.